Dr. Mavis again. Thanks for tuning in. In this video, I want to talk about emotional processing. How do we process emotions? We are going to experience emotions. Emotions are neither bad or good. They're just positively charged or negatively charged. We are going to be provoked, and certain experiences or events or circumstances will evoke certain emotions in us, and some of them are challenging, and some of them can, if unmanaged, if unprocessed, can become dysfunctional. What that means is that you're now engaging in a behavior that is counterproductive, that is not helping you to achieve the goals you want, that is not helping you to create the kind of life that you want. Because remember, emotions drive behavior. Emotions drive behavior, and behavior drives outputs or performance or results that we end up with. So we need to be able to manage the input, which is the emotion, in order to engage in the desired behaviors so that we can achieve the results we want in our lives, or even in our organizations for that matter. So how do we process these emotions? And this is how our brains work. So our brains can think about something in the past, and we can replay an event and experience the same emotion. Or we can experience something in the present moment because something is happening right now, right here. So the present moment experiences generate emotions. And we can also generate emotions by thinking about something in the future. So you can imagine something, what if I lose my job, as an example. In the meantime, you're still going to work, but your brain can make you imagine the future as if it's already happening, and you can generate an emotion. So the important thing is for us to be able to process emotions, especially the emotions in the past or the emotions in the present moment, but also even the emotions in the future as well. It's important for us to process, because sometimes you can experience something you shouldn't ideally be experiencing, because only what you're doing is imagination, right? So let's talk about processing emotions from the past. How do you process emotions? Because you need emotional closure. If you don't have emotional closure, that's when you start reliving an event, reliving an emotion continuously, and that can become, as we said earlier on, dysfunctional. So how do you process that? How do you find emotional closure from an event that has happened in the past? And the past can be like, maybe this thing happened in the morning, but you're replaying it throughout the day. I always say, has something ever happened to you in the morning? You were angrier in the evening? Was this thing continuous? No, it wasn't. You just did a continued replay. And because the brain doesn't know the difference between reality and imagination, when you replay, you experience the same emotions as if this event is continuous. So how do you find emotional closure? The first thing is to understand. Okay, understand doesn't mean condoning. Okay, you want to be able to understand why is this event happening. For example, in the broader scheme of things, when an organization is making changes in an organization, we tend to internalize that and personalize it. But change has to happen for an organization to survive, to adapt to the changing environment. So when you bring understanding to your frustration over the changes that you're experiencing, it helps you. So it doesn't mean that it's right or wrong, but it's to understand the context, and then you accept organizations have to change. We all have to change. And so when you accept that, it allows you to sort of deal with things differently. So you can either accept or resist. It shouldn't be happening. It shouldn't be happening. So when you are resisting, it creates emotional tension. It continues to increase the intensity, duration, and frequency of the emotion. So acceptance. And then you want to be able to forgive yourself. Sometimes as things are changing, there is emotional hurt that is experienced. You want to be able to forgive those, understanding the reason why they are doing what they're doing, and why they have to do that, but also understanding why you're reacting the way you're reacting. So you might need to forgive self and forgive other people that are involved. And then you find what we call emotional satisfaction. Emotional satisfaction doesn't mean things turned out the way you wanted them. It just means that you've got emotional closure. You understand what's going on. You're making sense of the experience in a way that doesn't leave you with a disempowering emotion. That is on emotional closure. I will talk about the other aspects of processing emotions, like having emotional control and building hope for the future, in the upcoming videos. Look out for them. Thanks for tuning in.